Hello everybody, Amanda Davis here, Avon Independent Sales Representative in the United States of America. And tonight I wanted to come out to talk to you about goal setting for your business, particularly since it is New Year's Day, the day that I'm filming this. And so with a new year, we want to look at what worked for us last year and what didn't, and what adjustments we want to make, and also what are our goals for this year. And so you're going to start with your goals for where do you want to be this time next year. Like I said in the description, what are your yearly goals? And then you want to kind of break those down into baby steps by the month, and then even more so you could do by the week and by the day. And Avon does provide some tools for you to do that. And you can also just kind of do it yourself, think about what it is that you want to accomplish this year. And the other thing is too, like as incentives and things come up throughout the year, you can look at those and you can try to incorporate those into your plan, and that kind of thing. And so, like I said, the tools that Avon provides, there is under the campaign, yeah, I think it was under the campaign, why am I blanking on what it's called? The Campaign Insider tab. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. The Campaign Insider tab. And if you scroll down to the bottom, there is a campaign planning worksheet. And actually, now that I think about it, it might not be under the Campaign Insider tab. Let me see if I can find what tab it's under. I think it's under, it may be under the Sales Leadership tab. Or the, nope, you know what? I know where it was. It was under Rewards and Recognitions. Under Rewards and Recognitions, and then you're going to scroll down to the bottom, and underneath all of the stuff about President's Club, there is some things that you can view details, and one of those is the campaign planning worksheet. That's where it is. So on youravon.com, under the rewards and recognition tab, you scroll all the way down to the bottom, and it's a PDF of the campaign planning. So that is something that you would do for every 2 weeks. So for January, I'm going to plan out campaign 3 and campaign 4 on the worksheet. And so it kind of talks about like what is your goal for the year, and what is like your ultimate why and that kind of thing. And then it also gives you the opportunity to break it down by what things you're going to do in the campaign to try to get to where you want to be ultimately. And it gives you things too, like what product do you want to focus on in the campaign, and also how much of that product you would have to sell to support your goals, making a list for people that you want to approach about team members, also maybe just making a list about where you might try to find team members, stuff like that. So that is the campaign planning worksheet. And then right now under Vibe was the only place that I found it. But under Vibe, and that's if you're a sales leader, you have access to the Vibe. Unfortunately, if you're not a sales leader, you do not have access. However, you could reach out to your mentor and see if your mentor can send the file to you. If you are on my team, when I send out this video to you via the YouTube replay, I plan to send this to my team. So the people on my team, I will send the file in the email as well, for all of these, for the campaign planning, as well as under Vibe. It's under Vibe, and then it's under the resources library is where it is. And there's the 90-day business plan, which is something else that Avon offers you, as well as the Plan Like a Boss worksheet. And the Plan Like a Boss worksheet says that you could do it for 30, 60, or 90 days. So that could be approached in a way of like an overall goal. Or you could use it for like a monthly plan or that kind of thing. And then the 90-day plan, of course, you would do that about 4 times a year, every 90 days. So every 3 months, so by the quarter. So you would go ahead and try to plan out your goals for the 90 days. And so, like I said, you know, you want to just kind of think about, and you don't have to use these worksheets, first of all. First of all, you do not have to use these worksheets. You know, you can just try to, like I said, you want to think about what it is that you want to do by the end of the year, and then you want to break that down into baby steps and how do you think you can get there. And so one example of that would be, say you're trying to hit President's Club by the end of the year. Well, that's $10,000 in sales for the whole year. So your baby step would be that you, once all the math is done, it comes down to you would have to sell about $385 every campaign in order to hit President's Club by campaign 26. And that's starting with campaign 1, going to campaign 26. You'd have to have about $385 every campaign. Some campaigns may be lower, some campaigns may be higher, but you have to make sure that that would be your average per campaign. So that baby step would be, okay, well, I know every 2 weeks I'm trying to sell $385 worth, or you could even round up to $400 worth. So how am I going to get there? So some goals for that would be, we know that the average in-person is going to order about $20 worth, $25 worth. And so if you go on the lower side of that, $20 worth, you know that you're going to need 20 customers spending $20 to get to $400. And so something that you could do to break that down is, let's say you get 10 customers in a week spending $20. And so then you could break that down to, say you only work your Avon business 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, then 2 customers a day spending $20, roughly $40 in sales every day. And so you could also go with 10 customers with $40 in sales. So those would be some action steps to try to reach that 400 in 2 weeks. And that's if you want to do PC. If you want to go higher than that, say maybe you're already PC and you're trying to hit Honor Society, then you're going to have to do the math to figure that out. But it is, you know, it is definitely doable to reach your goals. But I think one thing that I have found in my experience is having a visual of what my goals are, and then a visual of what my plan is to try to reach those goals. And that kind of makes me more accountable. And like I said, you know, you kind of want to start with what is your yearly plan, and then break it down into maybe your 90-day plan. And then you break it down into, well, okay, well, what am I trying to accomplish in January to be on the right path for the year? And what am I trying to accomplish every campaign to be on the right path for the year? And what am I going to do throughout the week to be on the right path with the campaign, and that kind of thing. And so, like I said, for me, I find that writing it down is going to be what works the best for me. Now, you don't have to use specific worksheets to do that. You know, you can just use a regular planner, you can use a journal, you can just use notebook paper. Or even do it electronically and type it into a document somewhere. But I would sit down with the new year and try to formulate what it is that you want to try to accomplish this year and how you want to try to get there. And then try to figure out a way that you're going to make yourself accountable for reaching those goals. And the other thing is, for me, it may be that I don't necessarily reach the goal. Like, I had the goal to try to be bronze ambassador by the end of 2019. And I didn't reach that goal, but I did reach my goal of being President's Club by the end of 2019. So, you know, I said, well, great, I reached my goal of being President's Club, awesome. And now I'm making my leadership goal even bigger for 2019. And so instead of just let me be bronze ambassador by the end of the year, I'd really ultimately like to be a gold ambassador by the end of the year. Now, I know that's 3 leadership things up from where I'm at now, which is star promoter. But I really strongly feel like if I can hit that hump of bronze ambassador, then I will be able to get to the other two humps easier, number one. Number two, what I'm really going to try to focus on is helping the team members that I do have to be successful, as well as, of course, finding new team members. And I'm going to, I don't want my sales to slip in the process, but I also am going to try to focus on the leadership a little bit more this year, because I think if I do, I'll be able to get higher with leadership, which is something that I've had a passion about doing for the last few years, and it never seems to happen. And that's because I don't focus on leadership. I focus on sales and customers. And again, I don't want to let my sales fall, because now that I am PC, I'd like to maintain PC for this year. But in the process of getting customers and sales, I'd also like to really just try to do what I can to build my team and get more people on board as Avon representatives. And so a lot of my goal planning is going to be related around that. And my overall goal being Gold Ambassador, what I'd like to do is kind of breaking it down by, the 90-day aspect, is that I feel I could probably, hopefully, hit Bronze Ambassador within the first quarter of this year. So that would be by the end of March. So that's 90 days. And then I would say to try to hit the next level, the Silver Ambassador, within 90 days of that, to then give me 6 months to hit the Gold Ambassador goal. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But I also think, too, that if I reach for the stars by reaching for Gold Ambassador by the end of this year, then I definitely should hit Bronze Ambassador, but I also will probably hit Silver Ambassador. And even if I don't quite hit Gold Ambassador by the end of the year, I'll be closer to that ultimate goal of Gold Ambassador, and then could reach for higher stars next year. And we'll see how sales go. My goal is to increase my sales over last year, but to maintain PC. I'm not trying to shoot to double my sales to Honor Society just yet. I'll see how the year goes. I may change that before the year's over with, but I feel like I'd like to maintain PC for another year and grow my sales over last year. Which is something that has always been a goal, to grow my sales over the previous year. And so far I've done pretty good with that, to where I finally did hit PC this year, which the last time I did that was back in 2014, when the goal to hit PC was not quite as high, because we had a shortened cycle where you only had from campaign 7, I think it was, may have been campaign 8, through campaign 26 to be able to hit PC for 2014, because it was the transitional year where they were changing from going from campaign, I think it was campaign 7 to campaign 7, and then campaign 8 you started for the next year. And so then they said, well, wait a minute, let's change that. We're going to make it campaign 1 to campaign 26, which, believe me, is a lot easier. Because then you can really think about, okay, well, campaign 1, even though that's at the end of the previous year, like campaign 1 was at the end of 2018, you still know 1 to 26, and that's what my goals are. That's where by 26, I need to be where I want to be. And I definitely like that format a lot better. But anyway, so in that transitional period, because our goal to hit PC was a little bit less, I hit it, which was exciting. And then I haven't hit it again. It took me 4 years to hit it again. So 2014, I hit it. 2015, I was PC because I had hit it in 2014. But then I didn't hit it in 2015. I didn't hit it in 2016. I didn't hit it in 2017. And it took me till 2018 to hit it again. And that was with our regular goal of 10,000. But between hitting it the first time and hitting it this year, I did increase my sales every year. So that, was something that I could be, proud about, that I was increasing my sales steadily, even though I wasn't hitting that goal of PC every year. But now that I've hit it again, it's like I don't want to fall below that. So that's why I say I want to maintain the PC level and still increase my sales, because, ultimately increasing my sales this year and, next year, like by some point I should hit Honor Society and above, which would be super exciting. And then not just that, but I really do want to grow that leadership business. So that's why I'm going to make that my focus for 2019. And so like I said, I came out to you today to talk a little bit about what my goals were, but also to talk about how, you can set goals and try to get there. And like I said, it's going to start with what is your goal? And then it's going to start with, let's break that down into baby steps. And by the like I said, I mean, you could break it down from yearly to 90 days to monthly to weekly to daily if you really wanted to. But I would also just kind of start, okay, well, I know my year goal is let's hit PC. So in January, I'm going to have to sell $800 worth-ish. I mean, just short of that, because it's 385 times 2, whatever that is. But you could round up and just say $800 worth every month. So how am I going to get there every campaign? Try to hit 400 every campaign. How am I going to get there? And I think you kind of get that point. So, but write it down. That's my number one tip. Write it down. Put it somewhere you're going to see it. Put it somewhere you're going to see it on a daily basis. Because I think if you do that, you're going to be more apt to kind of hold yourself accountable. If you're seeing it every day, you're seeing, okay, well, I want to hit PC by the end of the year, and I know that to do that, I need to try to have about 400 in sales every campaign. Well, here it is halfway through campaign 2, and I'm not there yet. What can I do to get there? And, like I said, it's okay if some stuff is going to be a little bit less and some stuff will be a little bit more, and that always happens. Particularly, we know January tends to be a low month, but that's where you have to kind of think about what incentives can I offer my customers to get them to order in January. The other thing is, think about your regular customer base in the month of January. Yes, you should still be trying to get new customers, but January is the month where your regular customers kind of keep you afloat. Because you have people, like I know I have people that like to order, every other campaign. I have a few people that try to order every campaign, but not usually, like it's usually every other campaign. But I do have some people that it's like every campaign they're ordering, and it's like, well, thank you. But, but at a certain point you have to go, but how much Avon do you need? But that's why you do have to find new customers every campaign too, because you know that those same people are not going to order every campaign. You're not going to have the same people ordering every other campaign. You're going to have a lot of customers that may only order every 3 months, or you're going to have customers that may only order their favorite products. Maybe they only order Skin So Soft in the summer. Maybe they only order at Christmas time. Maybe they only order their moisture therapy throughout the year. Or maybe they only order their skincare throughout the year. And we say skincare is going to last them about 2-3 months. So that's, they're ordering every 2-3 months. And so you really just have to think about, what are those goals for the year? How are you going to break that down? How are you going to reach that? And what can you do to get there? So like if you're trying to go for 400 in sales in campaign 2, what can you do in the next week to reach out to your regular customers to see if you can get them to order on your e-store, or whenever you're going to play. If you haven't placed your order yet, say you're somebody that places your order closer to the end of the campaign, what can you do in the next week to try to get, well, it's not even a whole week now, I guess. Well, yes, it would be, because next Tuesday is when we would submit the order. So yeah, so what can you do in the next week or what can you do in the next 5 days to reach out to your customers that are current customers to see, if there's something they can replenish or something that they can get in campaign 2 to go ahead and boost your sales for campaign 2. And then I know a lot of representatives do things like a gift certificate where they give them a % off in January, or they do something like maybe I give you $5 off of a $25 order, or $5 off of a $30 order, or however you want to do it. You want to make sure you're not losing too much money, particularly if you're not a President's Club person that's getting 40% and 25%. As a person that's working on the regular commissions, you want to make sure that you're not eating too much of that 20 to 30% in discounts and things like that. But those types of incentives do get customers to order. Free gift with purchase, that kind of thing. And that free gift could be something inexpensive like lip balm, or it could be something inexpensive like the hand creams. That type of thing. And like a hand cream, anybody can pretty much use that this time of year, and people are looking for hand creams. And it could be that you get a customer that normally wouldn't order the hand cream from you. You give them that as their free gift, and then they like it, and then they say, hey, I want to start getting that hand cream from you. A boxes too make great free gifts, or like you could break up the A box to give one piece of the A box to different customers, so more customers can get out of that one A box, stuff like that. So that type of stuff, it works. It works to get people to buy. It works to maintain your sales throughout January so that you're not losing a lot in the month of January. The other thing is campaign 3 starts next week. So that has Valentine's Day in it. Campaign 3 and campaign 4 have Valentine's Day. Now, I do not like per se that the covers for 3 and 4 have nothing to do with Valentine's Day. But my plan is to put a label on the front of my campaign 3 and 4 books that they can check out Valentine's Day gifts in the pages that the Valentine's items are on. Because we have an awesome Valentine's lineup. And I also got a few of those items to demo them and show them in videos, and to take pictures of them and put them on my social media. And I'll probably end up carrying some of it around to show it to customers. I know I'm hoping to do a vendor event around Valentine's Day, that I'm hoping to sell some of those items at the vendor event. And I didn't get too much, but I looked at what I could possibly sell, as well as what I wouldn't mind having myself if I don't sell it. And that's kind of how I approach inventory. I try not to keep too much inventory, but I will. Hello, thank you to the couple of people that are popping in. Unfortunately, the way my Facebook Live on my phone, and actually on my computer too, it doesn't show me who it is that's watching the video. But if you do comments, like I can say, hey, if I see who you are in the comments. But at any point, anybody watching live or on the replay, you can always feel free to, comment and ask me a question, or give me some feedback, or message me, or whatever the case is that you want to do. But I do appreciate everybody watching, and everybody watching on the replay too. And do feel free to share this video with your teams. That's why it's public. But I did just want to say, like I said, so with inventory, I'm careful on what I get to make it be something that I know that if nothing else, I'll use it, or I can give it as a gift to a customer without feeling like I'm giving everything away. But at the same time, like Christmas time, the stuff I bought, the stuff I didn't sell, I gave as Christmas gifts. So then I realized, okay, well, that's all right. I gave that as Christmas gifts. So I would have spent that money anyway on those people to get them gifts. So I was able to, give them Avon and give them gifts that I knew I had gotten through my Avon business. And like I said, I would have spent that money anyway. I ended up spending ultimately less money because I got it through Avon. That kind of thing. So anyway, so not that I'm saying to have a whole lot of inventory, because we all know that the better way is to make the most of what you can with our brochures and our social media tools. But as you're using the Avon products yourself, by all means, talk about them, because that is what works with marketing. People know, they buy from you when they know, like, and trust you. And it's just like if you were recommending a book to somebody, they're going to be likely to read that book if they know, like, and trust you, or watch a movie, or any of those things. Your Avon products That's the same type of thing. That's social selling. I mean, you can social sell a book to somebody by going to your best friend and talking to them about the book you just read, and then your friend who maybe hasn't read that book yet says, oh, I'm going to go get that now because I want to read it. Or same with a movie. You start to talk about somebody with a movie, or restaurants. I mean, that happens all the time with restaurants. Somebody starts talking about a restaurant they went to, and you go, well, I haven't been there yet, but then you hear good things about it, so then you say, you know what, I'm going to go check out that restaurant because that person was talking about it, and it sounds really good. And people kind of do that, if not immediately, over time, as they're watching you, and they hear you constantly talking about your favorite mascara, and how much you love it, and you're showing it off to people, and, or your favorite skincare product, or your favorite fragrance, or whatever the case is, eventually someone's going to say, you know what, I'm going to take that person's recommendation, and I'm going to get that, because it sounds like it's really good, and I want to try it myself. That is like the power of social selling. So, back to the goals. What do you want to accomplish this year? And how do you plan to get there? Write it down. Again, Avon provides the campaign planning worksheet. It's under the rewards and recognitions tab at the end on youravon.com, under Avon 2.0. And most of us should be switched over to 2.0 now. And then under Vibe is where you can get, it's under Vibe, and then it's the resource library, and it's the 90-day business plan and the Plan Like a Boss worksheet. And also, typically, the virtual business meetings that they do, the recorded meetings that they do, those typically have the Plan Like a Boss worksheet as one of the attachments as well. So, as you're watching the virtual business meeting, you can find those files. And again, though, you don't necessarily have to have those files. I mean, just think about, what is your plan? How are you going to break that down into manageable steps? And you want to try to even possibly set deadlines for yourself. Like I said, that in the first 90 days of the month, of the year, I want to try to reach bronze ambassadors. So my deadline for that would be March 31st, because that's the last day of the 3-month period. So, and then again, like, maybe you don't quite reach it by the deadline, but if you're setting deadlines, if you're setting goals, you're going to grow. And maybe the $400 in sales every campaign, or $385 if you want to be exact, in sales every campaign, you can sit there. Okay, so your deadline would be whatever the end of the campaign is, whenever the date is that you're going to place your order. Also, though, your deadline could technically be the end of the campaign online too, if you're pushing online sales, because I know something that I did, particularly back at Christmas time, was, maybe my regular order, because I like to place it at the beginning of the campaign, wasn't quite as high as I wanted it to be, but then by the end of the campaign, I did pretty well because of my online sales during that campaign period. Or I ended up, one time in the Christmas period, I ended up actually placing 2 orders, which I don't normally do, but I did it because I felt like I needed to do it to get what I needed to for my customers. And I was okay with it because of the amount that I had in the orders. And then another thing I'll do is sometimes I will use my online store to place orders for customers, or like say I have 2 customers that need something and they give it to me after I placed my regular order, and it is a $40 or more order because it's 2 customers together. I'll use my online store for that too sometimes. So, there's ways that you can do it. So it depends on what you want to set as your deadline, but set those deadlines, because I think that's going to help to make you more accountable. And I know that's something I'm doing different this year, is I'm going to write down everything. I'm going to put it somewhere I can see it, and kind of like a dream board, but I'm not going to make like an actual dream board, but I am going to do it in like plan form. And so I'm going to have my dream for the year with my goals, with my deadlines, and I'm going to do what I can to meet those goals and deadlines. And I know inevitably I will grow. And I do really hope, well, I say I hope, but I'm sure the fact that I hit PC last year for 2018, if I stay consistent, which that's going to be a big thing, but if I stay consistent, I should continue my trend of growing my sales over the previous year, every year, which would then land me in being in PC again for next year, well, for 2019. And so that would be what I would like to do, is maintain my PC title and increase what I did, in 2019, increase it over 2018. And then, like I said, I'm really going to try to focus more on leadership this year. And along with that, coaching and tip videos like this one and stuff like that, that I do plan to do publicly, not just for my team. So that's going to be another, not just the leadership focus of trying to grow my team, but the focus of, like I said, helping the team members that I currently have, as well as helping other representatives, which is something that I like to do anyway, and that I did before I even technically had a team. So, or in between having a team. So, I do really want to have those goals in 2019. So what are your goals? Think about that. Write them down somewhere. And like I said, you could do it electronically, you could do it physically, but write them down somewhere where you can put them in front of you so that you can try to maintain those goals and watch yourself grow throughout the year. And like I said, something else you can do is, as incentives come up and stuff like that, you can kind of formulate some of your plan around trying to reach those incentives if you are trying to reach those incentives. But also, just trying to break down your plan into baby steps, basically, and celebrating those baby steps. And then, so like, if your goal was, for like mine, was to be gold ambassador by the end of the year, my baby step is, well, first I have to hit bronze ambassador. I'm star promoter, but first I have to hit bronze ambassador. And then once I hit bronze ambassador, my next baby step is I have to hit silver ambassador, and on and so forth. And baby steps along the way is, let me add more people and let me maintain the people that I already have and help them to grow their orders and, feel successful so they maintain their businesses and continue to do Avon and that kind of thing. So, that's how you do goal setting. You set your goals and then you break it down into baby steps and plans, and then you have to make sure that you don't just do that, but that you implement those plans. And that's something else that I know I'm going to have to be better about in 2019, is implementing my plans, because I'm famous for having goals, having a plan, and then I fall off and I don't hold myself accountable. And so then I don't reach that goal. And that's something in particular that happens with the leadership aspect for me. So that's another reason I want to focus on leadership in 2019, because I've wanted to grow my leadership team for a while and it just hasn't happened yet. And 2018 was pretty good in that respect, as far as, well, I say pretty good, but I still only ended up adding 4 people in 2018, but that was better than no people for a couple years. And then, again, so I added 4, but I'm ending 2018, beginning 2019 with 2, because 2 of them decided that Avon was not for them, and that's okay. People are going to decide that. And so you have to keep adding and adding and adding. And just like customers, you're going to have customers that fall off for one reason or another. And so that's why you have to keep adding and adding and adding. And you also want to maintain consistency with the people that you already have. And so that's something that I know going into 2019 I want to be better at. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching the replay. I do hope you found this helpful. Again, if you are on my team watching this, I'm going to email a copy of the video to you. I'm going to upload it to YouTube and email that to you that way. And then I'm going to send you the files for those plans in your email, with a little bit of write-up too in the email. And I didn't mean for this video to be so long, but again, I hope you found it helpful, and good luck to everybody in 2019 with their businesses. And I do hope to meet some of you at RepFest in New Orleans in August, because I am doing everything in my power to get there, because I would love to experience a RepFest before everything is said and done with. And New Orleans, I think, is the one to experience. So I am looking forward to that. Like I said, I'm going to do everything in my power to get there this year. And I'm going to hopefully meet some people at RepFest that have been following me, so that'd be pretty cool. And also meet some of the people that I follow, because that'd be pretty cool too. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. As always, feel free to comment, reach out to me, share these with your team is fine. And if you're watching on my YouTube channel, same thing, you know, all good. That's why it's public. That's why it's out there. And I do appreciate everybody for following and watching, and I'll see everybody next time. Bye, guys. Thanks again. Nope, hold on. I'm trying to... Oh, that's why. This is on the bottom left on this one. I mean, bottom right. All right, bye, guys. Well, thought it was going to be bye, but now it doesn't want to finish. All right, come on, finish.